Hey everyone, it's finally happened. We finally made contact with a performance auto parts company who has the guts to sponsor us. MaXpeedingRods sent us a set of BMW E36 coilovers to install and feature. Considering the absolutely destructive terrain we drive our cars on, I would say that MaXpeedingRods is taking a pretty big risk sending us the coilovers. Or they're confident that the product will hold up. Full disclosure before we continue, the company did send us this coilover for free, and they are supposed to pay us in exchange for a feature in the video. That being said, I let them know that I would be brutally honest with the review, even though they are sponsoring us. They were totally fine with this, so I have to at least give them credit for their boldness, which many other companies lack. A little bit about MaXpeedingRods. They've been putting in work since 2006 and started its own R&D in 2012. They've been focusing on optimizing the performance aspect of parts for engine, drivetrain, and suspension. They've sponsored professional drifters such as Jordan Lapaloza, who used MaXpeedingRods coilovers on his E30 to win this championship. One of the reasons why people are skeptical about MaXpeedingRods is the price and origin. Even without a coupon code, these are significantly more affordable than competing models from Tien and priced similarly to Raceland's coilovers that don't even have adjustable damping. So what gives? How can a performance-oriented coilover be in the same price bracket as suspension parts meant for laughable stance cars? Well, I'd like to find out as well. The package they delivered looks neatly organized so far. Full warranty, 24-hour email response, always a good sign. I can say from first-hand experience with the representative that they were incredibly professional to work with. Turbo Dog. Overview of their other products. Their address is in China. Too bad they don't have Street View there. Okay, enough of this. Let's get this installed. I'm surprised how incredibly easy this process was. If you have the right tools, it doesn't take any longer than 25 minutes per corner to change everything. I guess we were lucky enough not to have any seized bolts. Just take these 3 bolts out from the bottom, attaching the old coilover. Then take out the 3 nuts holding the top hat. Once that's done, just pull the whole hub assembly down and the old coilover comes off.
There, and you just gotta pull it out. It takes a little bit of work, and then it drops down, and you just need to get rid of these brake lines, and then you're good.
This is a 26-year-old car, so if you're buying a stock E36, expect the dampers to need replacing.
Dang, that is... Oh, all the cobwebs? This is like some old shit. Okay.
It's a bit lighter than the original suspension, but not significant enough to have a noticeable change in unsprung mass and acceleration. Before you install the new coilovers, make sure the orientation is correct.
Is the orientation correct?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Putting the 3 bolts back on.
We'll torque everything down after we just get the bolts like. Alright, and that's
Then line the 3 screws with the holes at the top. If this is a one-person job, you can use a floor jack to move the coil up. If you have 2 people, you can have one person lift up the coilover while the second person quickly screws on the nuts from the top. Remember to set the spring setting equal on both sides using the spanner wrench provided. The more thread showing, the higher the ride height will be. Adjusting damping is as easy as clicking this thing. Now to move on to the rear. First, take out the nuts from the rear top hats located in the trunk. Since the E36 is likely a shitbox, there won't be any trunk lining to worry about. But in the case that there is, I would just cut it and throw it in the trash since we know what you're going to be doing to that car anyways. Next, take out the bolt holding the damper.
and then it just comes out.
Wow. Was that just 1 bolt?
Yeah.
Okay. I see why it's easy.
Yeah, and then I usually just put that back in so I don't lose the bolt.
This next step may or may not require a spring compressor. Use some sort of lever to push down on the hub assembly, and you might be able to get away with skipping the compressor step. We had someone stand on a wrench to create enough force.
Alright, you pull it out. And then just let that back up. And boom.
Our old dampers were seriously shot. Good thing they're getting replaced.
In fact, it actually takes quite a bit of force for us to kind of pull it back up. Same, that might as well just be like a dead spring if anything.
Now to install a new spring. Transfer the rubber top hats from the old spring first. Slide that assembly back like so. Put the bolt through the new damper and line your screws up the top hole like we did in the front. You're going to have to use a floor jack for sure this time. Tighten the nuts and you're set. You can adjust the dampers as such.
Counterclockwise to tighten and clockwise to loosen.
Cool, it's set. Time for a test drive. Okay, we had a bit of a mishap. On the way to the test area, the E36 started overheating, so that's why this is a two-part video. The owner is going to get that all sorted out, and afterwards we can put these coilovers to the real test that we all want to see.
Oh, it's heating up. I'm gonna stop.
Since we weren't able to perform the actual tollgate test, I can't give a proper recommendation in good faith, at least until the E36 gets in proper working order. However, for the time being, I think it's worth checking out what MaXpeedingRods has to offer on their site. They have the balls to send a tollgate driver their product knowing full well how harsh our road conditions are, and they know how important it is for us to have properly set up suspension. MaXpeedingRods has left us with a 15% off discount code, which is listed in the description. That link also contains the specs and pricing for the coilover set mentioned in this video. In any case, I recommend you doing your own research on this product segment, and if you have any experience with these coilovers, please let us know in the comments below. Till next time, love your day.